Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to continue with my best of 2020 series, except we're talking home fragrance today. If you follow me for beauty content, you know that over the last couple of weeks, I have been sharing my favorites from different categories like skincare, makeup, stuff like that. It was suggested to me when I did my New Year's Eve live chat that I also do the same for home fragrance. I'd kind of already thought about doing a best of for home fragrance, but definitely decided to do it after several of you said that you were interested in this version as well. I think this is the first time that I'm doing a best of for home fragrance, but don't quote me on that. I may have done it at some other point in the past. I just can't remember. So I know that a lot of times when people do these favorites videos, they specifically reference candles or wax melts that were specifically released in 2020. So like new things that came around that became favorites. I'm approaching this from a slightly different standpoint in that some of these things have actually already been favorites for me for several years. And some of these things are things that were released in 2020 that I kind of fell in love with and would now be considered one of my like holy grail type fragrances, or just something that I really enjoyed that just brought me some happiness in 2020 when it comes to home fragrance, right? Home fragrance is definitely one of those like super frivolous extra things that no one needs, but it's fun and I really enjoy it as a hobby, and I'm so glad that many of you guys do as well. So in the comments down below, I'd love for you to tell me what your maybe like top 3 home fragrance picks were for the last year. I'm always curious what you guys are loving, and I get a lot of really great suggestions from you as well. So I'd love to have you let me know in the comments down below what your faves were. So I wrote some notes down. I did not go gather all of these candles and wax melts up because quite frankly, energy levels kind of at an all-time low right now, but you have seen, I think, reviews of all of these things on my channel at one point or another, and most of these particular companies that I'm going to be talking about are very readily known, so you all will know what these candles look like as soon as I mention them anyway. So, all right, so I'm going to start with, and I tried to kind of divide it by brand, and then I just, and then I started jumping around. So I'll try to like put them all the different brands like together, but might miss one here. Okay, we're gonna start with Bath & Body Works. I give Bath & Body Works kind of a lot of crap on this channel because I do think that their candles are not really what they used to be. And you know, when I say what they used to be, I mean like 5, 6, 7 years ago. I really think that the candles have undergone a significant change in the formulation, the quality of the burn, the length of the burn, the quality of the wicks, the constant repackages. You know, I think that Bath & Body Works definitely, for me, has some issues that I would like to see them correct, especially based on the fact that they keep raising the prices of the candles and the coupons tend to be less frequent. So there's some annoyances with Bath & Body Works, but I do still shop from them. A lot of it has to do with the ease of being able to walk into a store and just pick up what I want. I have several Bath & Body Works within like, you know, 15, 20 minutes of my house that I can choose from, and it's easy, right? That's why we all probably continue to shop at Bath & Body Works, is it's easy, and we can get coupons from time to time, and you know, there's also things like Candle Day where some people get a ton of candles to just last them through the year. But anyway, despite all of the issues, it's still a company that I choose to shop with, not as much anymore, but I do still shop with them. And here were my faves from last year. So berry waffle cone. I do believe that they re-released it last year, but I've still been burning what I had in my backup stash. I think it's one of the best scents that they've ever come out with. I love it. It's a really beautiful gourmand. You can smell that gorgeous waffle note. You can get that kind of mixed berry, creamy mixed berry note in there as well. I just think it's a great one. I do think that the very first time they released it in the purple ribbed glass is the very best version. I wish that's the version they would go back to. Second would be sweet cranberry pie, and that actually was a new release this year. I know some people thought that it was just the blueberry pie candle repackaged, but to me, I definitely smelled cranberry. I just thought it was really well done. The one that I had burned really well. There was another one that I started that I ended up not finishing, but that one got to the halfway point and that one was burning really well. So you can still get good burning candles at Bath & Body Works. They're just hit and miss. For example, the Mary Madeline cookie from that exact same collection as the sweet cranberry pie, loved the scent, absolutely loved it, but it burned atrociously. I mean, the amount of soot that I had from that candle was like, what? It was crazy. But sweet cranberry pie I thought was delicious and a really great release from them, and I loved it. Speaking of blueberry pie, loved the blueberry pie candle last year. I think that one, I love the blueberry note in that, and I also love that I can really smell that crust note. When I get a pie candle, I want it to have the fruit, whatever it is, whether it's cherry or apple or whatever, plus half crust. I need it to be both. Otherwise, it's just not a pie candle, right? Homeworks kind of did that this past year when they released the Dutch apple pie. I was so excited. I was like, perfect. I need an apple pie candle. But there was no pie note at all. And it was just like, oh, this is such a missed opportunity. This could have been done so well. But it just ended up being one of those classic apple cinnamon cider type scents, which not bad, but it's not Dutch apple pie either. But anyway, that's not a rant about that. Strawberry pound cake. Really enjoyed strawberry pound cake last year. I really liked it the first time that it came out, and it was nice to see them bring it back. I think a lot of people really enjoyed that one. I think it has a really nice cake note, and the strawberry, while artificial smelling, I think smells good. It's just kind of that classic girly, fruity scent, and I really enjoyed it. I think that's it for Bath and Body Works candles. Next, I'm gonna go to Nest. I think for Nest, there were kind of 3 candles that I really enjoyed last year. First would be the Nest Sicilian Tangerine. I think that one's fantastic. The Spiced Orange and Clove, and then obviously Holiday were the other 2 that I just continue to enjoy from Nest. I really love their candles. I'm disappointed in them in raising their prices again. This seems to be a yearly tradition for Nest to up the cost of the candles by a couple bucks each year. I don't think that's necessarily warranted, especially since they're not increasing the amount of wax or the size of the candles. I don't think the burn has changed at all. I don't think they're using better fragrance oils. I mean, although I think what they're using is great to begin with, but they're not making any changes to the candles that would, I would say, necessitate a price raise, but I don't know. It's obviously a business decision that I don't think they should have made, but whatever. Will I continue to buy from them? Yeah, but maybe it'll cut back the amount that I spend at Nest. I don't know. Still loved those 3 scents, and definitely faves for me from last year. All right, Homeworks. I love Homeworks, you guys. I know there are some people who have moved on from it, which I think is fine. Everybody has their own tastes. Everyone has their own companies. For me, for example, I don't buy from Goose Creek at all. I understand that people love the company. I have some things that I don't like, just in terms of their business practices, but if you love Goose Creek, I think that's fantastic. I understand that Homeworks can be a little bit polarizing for certain people, but for me, I've spent a lot of money with Homeworks, and It's my own money, and I don't regret spending it at all. They do send me PR from time to time. It's not like I get a weekly PR delivery from them, but you know, if there's like a TSV or something, they'll send me that in advance. But then I go and buy more of them myself if I like them. So, and I've done that, and you guys know that. So I feel like Homeworks, I always have to put like a disclaimer with them just because of like the drama that surrounds, well, there's drama that surrounds every brand, but anyway, let's just move on. All right, so my Homeworks picks for the last year were definitely Hot Cider Donut. Loved that that one came back and was readily available at Ulta, and I do agree that Ulta shipping is ridiculous. I've told you guys about that every time that I've talked about, you know, this particular scent is only available at Ulta. Order online at your own risk. I don't think that Ulta has yet to fix the shipping. I have still heard of some people receiving candles broken. However, I do know that Homeworks is providing shipping, like packaging for Ulta going forward. So, that, you know, the Ulta employees won't be responsible for the bubble wrap and things like that. They will just have automatic packaging for the Homeworks candles to go into. So, but yeah, anyway, so Hot Cider Donut, loved it. Harvest Leaves, still a favorite. Harvest Leaves has been my favorite from Homeworks since it was originally released, the first year that Homeworks was out at QVC. Love it. Vanilla Bean Macaron. I just love that that is a good basic vanilla. It's a very sweet vanilla. It fills my house. It's just a good basic candle that I always tend to grab when I'm looking to mix with another Homeworks candle. And it sweetens anything that I have going up, and I love it. I think it's a great mixer candle. I just think on its own, it's a great kind of neutral, sweet vanilla scent. And I think it's a vanilla that's done really well. I hate French vanilla, but I love more of that like vanilla bean, like sweet vanilla bean type scent, and that is what that is, and it is delightful. Homeworks Berry Pumpkin Waffles. This came back for a hot second on QVC this year. Not a lot of candles were made. I don't think it sold out very quickly. I think I grabbed 1 or 2 sets myself. It's a little bit of a regret that I didn't grab a couple more, but I hope that now that Harry has seen that there's a demand for that one, that he brings it back. I still have several in my backup stash, and I will continue to burn them. It's a great year-round scent for me, but I think overall just a nice, delicious berry pumpkin waffle scent. It actually smells more like Captain Crunch Berry cereal, and I love it. I think it's so good. Let's see, was there anything else from Homeworks? I think that was kind of it for the Homeworks. They came out with other really great scents last year as well, but I'm in trying to think about my like favorites that I just loved and tended to gravitate towards like time and time again, even over other candles. Those were the ones from Homeworks for sure. All right, it's not a video from me talking about home fragrance without scentsy. I don't sell scentsy myself. I actually buy it from my bestie, Lisa. She sells it, and she's the one who originally got me into it. And I do have a Scentsy Club subscription, and I love having that option because I get to put a lot of my favorites in there and continue to receive them time after time. So my favorites from last year were as follows. Some of these things are going away or have already gone away. In terms of new releases, the Apples and Oats, I absolutely fell in love with. I immediately put that in my club. The Almond Croissant, I think that's one of the best that they have honestly come out with. I love the Almond Croissant. It's in my club. I don't ever want to be without that one. In terms of a couple of like good old-fashioned basic standbys that I still reach for time and time again with Scentsy, Sugar Cookie and Vanilla Bean Buttercream. They're somewhat similar. Vanilla Bean Buttercream smells exactly like wedding cake frosting to me. I'm a wedding florist, so I've seen a lot of wedding cakes. I've smelled a lot of wedding cakes, and it smells like that buttercream frosting that a lot of wedding bakers use. And then Sugar Cookie smells like the rolled sugar cookie dough from Pillsbury that you can get at like your local Safeway or Fred Meyer. I think it's a great mixer. It's really, really good. It wouldn't be a video about my favorites when it comes to home fragrance if I don't mention Sweet Plum Pastry. Still loved melting that last year. At one point did take it out of my club because I was looking to just, I don't know, put other things in, and I was trying to not raise the price of my club anymore. So I took it out, immediately regretted it, but thankfully in December it came back for Bring Back My Bar, so I immediately put it back into my club. So now I have a Sweet Plum Pastry coming to me every 3 months, which is great. And I think I'm through most of my backup stash of like the older Sweet Plum Pastry, so some good progress there. I had so much Sweet Plum Pastry, you guys, it was insane. A new discovery from Scentsy last year was Black Raspberry Vanilla. This is not new, but it took me forever to try this one. I don't know why. It's so good. It is so good. I love the Black Raspberry Vanilla. It's so good. Cranberry Garland, one of my holiday staples from Scentsy, so I had to mention that. It's just a really beautiful, like balsam tree with cranberry. It's just really well done, and it's such a classic during the holidays, and it pairs really well with all of my like other typical holiday scents. And that's it, you guys. It took me a long time to kind of go through everything from last year because I went through a lot of home fragrance. I am still in the process of whittling down my collection, so it's taken me a while, but I do really feel like I am getting to a point where there's like a light at the end of the tunnel in terms of my huge candle collection. I think by the end of this year, it will be down to the size that I would be comfortable with. And I get asked sometimes, like, what size candle collection would be ideal for you? And for me, it would probably be like, if I had like maybe 20 to 30 candles max, like across all brands, so like all of my favorites, I would want no more than that at any given time. So I still have some more work to do, but I'm still crocking, I'm still burning. I will get through all of these, and honestly, I've also given a lot of candles away, and I will be continuing to do that as well. So my friends and family will periodically just get candles from me, and they're like, oh, great. You know, and then I go to their houses and they're burning them, and they're like all tunneled, and because they don't follow the candle rules, and it's fine. I pass them along and I have to walk away. Some people are not meticulous about their candle burning, and I have to accept that. But anyway, so yeah, I feel really good about the progress that I've made, and yeah, if you yourself are a recovering candle hoarder, I give you mad props, because it's a hard habit to break, right? A lot of us collect home fragrance. I'm assuming if you're watching this video, you collect home fragrance, and you know, it gets to be a little bit overwhelming at times. So I'm glad that I made the decision to sort of step back and be a little bit more reasonable about it. But will I ever quit? No, there's no way. But anyway, you guys, thank you so much for taking the time to watch. Let me know, again, in the comments down below what your favorites were from 2020, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.